Begin in Tadasana, and then reach up overhead, look up, fold forward, head to knee, flat back position onto all fours. Lower down all the way, press the hands, the feet, lift the chest. Come back down into downward facing dog. Send the right leg up and then drop the back knee down as you root down into a low lunge position. Shift back into a half splits. Feel the stretch through the back of the leg. And then make your way onto a plank into downward facing dog. Left leg high into low lunge. Rise up, palms touch, look up. Press the hands down onto the floor, shift back, half splits, draw the toes up to the sky, lift through the chest. Stack the hips over the knee. And make your way into plank. Lower down. Take a back bend. Roll the chest up, look up. Downward facing. Relax the neck, stretch backs of legs. And then walk slow to the top of the mat into flat back. Breathe out, fold forward. Reach up, look up. Bring your hands down into the heart. And inhale again. Fold it all in. Take a flat back position. And then down onto plank pose, chaturanga. Back bend, lift the chest. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up again, this time into a high lunge position. Arms overhead. And when you breathe out, step back, low down. Use the inhale, come up. Use the exhale, downward facing. Left leg lifts into low lunge. Reach up overhead. Take an exhale, bring the hands down into plank to lower down. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Look forward, bend the knees, jump to the top. Halfway lift into a forward fold. Meet me in chair position. Fold forward again on the exhale. Halfway lift. And step back to plank, lower down. Upward facing. Meet me downward facing dog. Send the right leg high. And then take a wild thing. Lift up the chest, open up the heart space. Make your way back into your three-legged dog. Downward facing dog. Other side. Go ahead and reach up and over, lift into the chest. Back to three-legged dog into downward facing. Look forward, bend the knees, jump to the top. Halfway lift. Fold it in. Chair position. Stand tall. And again, sweep down. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Plank pose. Lower down, back bend, downward facing dog. Take deep breaths in and out the nose. Look forward, jump to the top. This is a malasana position, opening up the hips. And then take a little twist for the spine, reach up and over to the other side. Back to middle. And come on down to your downward facing dog. Right leg lifts into a pigeon. Lift into the chest, square off the hips, back toes down. Walking the hands forward as you rest the third eye onto the mat. And just let gravity take over. Come back to your half position. And into Lord of the Fishes, you're going to wrap your left hand behind and the right arm over. Chin stays in line with the chest. And meet me downward facing dog. Other side. Try to flex into that front foot, back leg in line with the hip. Reach forward and let your third eye meet the mat. And feel the length into the sides of the waist, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the neck. Take your time, breathe it all out. Make your way back up. Let's do half Lord of the Fishes on the other side. Swing the back leg to the front. Reach up, reach over, and use your back hand to make your spine nice and tall. Look forward. Unravel. Downward facing. Meet me at the top of the mat in a flat back. The breath out to a fold. The breath in to reach up. Back into standing posture. Let's take a little twist. So this is a figure 4 position, but if you want a bit of a juicier twist, take eagle legs. Reach up and then swing the left arm underneath the right into eagle arms position, and then hinge forward at the hips to massage all the vital organs, neck in line with spine. Come back up to neutral and unravel that same way that you came in. Other side. Figure 4, flex the top foot. Slide knee on knee and then wrap the toes around your standing ankle. Reach up, palms touch. And now the right arm's going to swing underneath the left. Keep the hips nice and low. And like we did on the other side, you're going to hinge forward at the hips. Or come back up to standing. And meet me back into a chair position. Lower all the way down to the mat and come into a low boat. Lift up the chest, point the toes, glue the big toes together. Reach like you're trying to touch the other side of the room. And then meet me downward facing dog into a high lunge. Make sure the right foot's outside the hands. Drop the back knee and then reach behind to catch the foot. Try to squeeze the heel to the glute, and for a deeper stretch, come all the way down to the floor. Let go and meet me downward facing dog. Left leg lifts into that low lunge. This is an open hip position. Stack the knee over the heel. Drop the back knee, reach behind. And if you can't quite catch the foot, feel free to just reach in that direction as you bend up the knee. If you come on down, lift up through the chest, breathe into that inner left hip and through the back hip flexor. Unravel and back into your malasana, your squat position. Sandwich the hands together, lift up the chest and keep those hips nice and low. Come on down to the floor into Badakanasana. Soles of the feet touch up, knees go wide and lean forward. Use the elbows to press the knees down. Keep the spine long. Relax the neck. Come back up to seated. Pick the heels off the mat. For a little bit more of a hip opener, come into a seated happy baby. And if you want more of a stretch, you're going to straighten up the legs and lift into the chest, look up. Keep the neck in line with the spine. Stretch through backs of legs. And then go ahead and take a boat variation. Legs straight if you can. Legs and arms parallel. Chest lifted. Downward facing dog. Move to your high plank. Into upward facing. Back into downward facing. Again, roll the spine, lift the chest, legs active, rest in down dog. Roll the spine, lift the chest, look up, downward facing dog. Look forward, bend the knees and float the feet between the hands, land in Dandasana. And then bend up the knees, puff up the chest, stay here. For a little more fire, walk your hands gently back, lift up into the hips into a reverse tabletop position. And for the full expression, let the big toes touch, straighten the legs, look to the other side of the room. Open the throat chakra. Lower down. Half hero pose. Fold forward. Keep the hips even on the mat. Try to catch the foot. And gentle stretch through back of left leg and through that right hip flexor. Lift the chest. Unravel. Make your way to the other side. Notice how the foot is beside the hip. The inhale to reach up and the exhale to come into a deep fold. If you can, bring the belly, the chest, and the chin over that right leg. Try to plug the left hip down, grounding the hips evenly on the floor. Lift up, unravel into the full expression. And then reach your right arm overhead, catch the upper back. As you reach your left hand behind, try to catch the fingers. Keep your spine nice and neutral. Just gently opening up the shoulders. And then go ahead and switch it up. Reach behind, catch the fingers, use a strap, use a tie. Whatever you need. And then unravel into a reverse prayer. So you're going to let the palms touch up. Bring the elbows off to either side. Again, keep the spine nice and long. And enjoy this beautiful shoulder opener. Come back to all fours. And then make your way into puppy pose. So you want to stack the hips right above the knees. For a juicier stretch, you're going to bend up the elbows and press the palms energetically towards each other. Drop the chest down towards the floor. And if you tuck the toes, it helps with balance. And slowly unravel. Back to all fours, toes toward the tops of the mat. Lower down. Float the right leg off the mat. Use your pistol grip to catch the big toe. And then just hang out for the stretch. Breathe through the back of the right leg. Again, you can catch the ankle, maybe use a strap or a tie. And then pick your head and shoulders off the mat. Pick your bottom heel off the floor. Try to keep both legs nice and straight as you round the back and get into the deep, deep core. Gently lower. And come into a twist. Stacking hips. Grounding shoulders. Closing eyes. And gentle breaths in and out the nose. Hug both the knees to the chest. Rock and roll side to side. Make your way other side. Peace fingers on the left big toe. Both legs straight. Lift the head and shoulders right off the mat. Bottom heel off the floor. Round the back. Let go. And come into a twist. Come into a happy baby pose. Catch the outsides of the feet, draw the knees into the armpits. Rest your head on the mat, sway left and right. Unravel back up to seated, into Sukhasana. The thumb and the index, they touch. Straighten the three fingers, lift the chest, close the eyes, and just observe the breath. You can stay here for as long as you like.